Depression tells you a specific lie. Wait until you feel better before doing things. It sounds reasonable. It isn't. Behavioral activation, one of the most evidence-supported treatments for depression, is built on a counterintuitive principle. Action before motivation, not motivation before action. You do not wait to feel like it. You act, and the feeling responds. This is not positive thinking. It is a mechanistic understanding of how the depressed brain's reward system actually recovers. And it has been validated in hundreds of clinical trials with effect sizes comparable to antidepressants. Depression is not sadness. It is a dysregulation of the brain's reward and motivation circuitry. The dopaminergic pathways, systems responsible for anticipatory pleasure and motivated behavior, go quiet. The activities that once felt meaningful feel flat. What once motivated you no longer does. This is called anhedonia. The critical insight from neuroscience is that dopaminergic activity is not just the result of engaging in rewarding behavior. It is triggered by the anticipation and initiation of movement toward a goal. The act of starting activates the reward system, even before any reward arrives. This is precisely why behavioral activation works. The doing creates the feeling, not the other way around. The science validates what is otherwise counterintuitive. The behavioral activation protocol is structured and practical. Step 1. Activity monitoring. For 1 week, log what you do and rate your mood hourly. Most people with depression discover their mood is not uniformly flat. There are activities, however brief, that shift it upward. Step 2. Activity scheduling. Using what you learn from monitoring, schedule small and specific activities, particularly ones connected to even a hint of connection, achievement, or enjoyment. Step 3, with the critical rule, do the scheduled activity regardless of how you feel before it. The research consistently shows mood shifts after initiation, not before. The behavioral activation principle is outside in, not inside out. Start with the behavior. The emotional state responds to the action. Opposite action is a DBT-informed skill that directly targets the behavioral withdrawal of depression. Depression urges you to isolate. Opposite action means reaching out. Depression urges you to stay in bed. Opposite action means standing up, stepping outside. Not because the feelings aren't real and valid, but because following the depressive urge deepens the depressive cycle. Start small. Research on behavioral activation shows that micro-activations, 5 minutes of movement, 1 text to a friend, making the bed, washing a single dish, are sufficient to begin shifting the neurochemical environment. The activity does not need to be large to be meaningful. It needs to be in the opposite direction from what depression is telling you to do. That friction is the practice. It builds over time. Behavioral activation is designated by the American Psychological Association as a well-established treatment for depression with moderate to large effect sizes across meta-analyses. It has the advantage of being something you can begin today without a prescription or a wait list. If you are experiencing persistent low mood, loss of interest, fatigue, and social withdrawal, these tools apply. If your symptoms are severe, please work with a professional alongside these practices. Depression is a liar. It tells you nothing will help. That is the illness speaking, not reality. Engagement with life, even mechanical and forced engagement at first, begins to shift the biology of depression. The action comes before the motivation follows.